Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lion City League Championships for FIFA 22. My name is Evil Swat. Together with me, it's Lion City Gaming. We are live now, right here at At gamers.sg, let me try to find the crowd cam here, and you guys will not believe it. We have all the players up on stream here. Not sure if the players know where the camera is, but it's settled nicely in the corner of gamers.sg. This is actually quite a nice and cozy place to hold your tournaments, isn't it, Moise?
I think it is, and I think it's fantastic the fact that they don't know exactly where the camera is. It makes it all more natural, you know, capturing them in their natural habitat. And you know what? I think it's going to be a great day of competition in this championship finals.
Exactly, we are of course in the thick of things here, the LCL FIFA22 Championship. Let's take a look at the brackets right now. It's going to be a double elimination bracket. We have your top 8 of the country here, every single participant whittled down to this final 8. It's Gaelic King versus George SGP. We got a BKFC grudge match in match number 2 there, Gen U versus BKFC Pain. Also Cheese Kimbap up against Fine Mensa, and last but not least FC Laika versus Kafaro. I think, you know, throughout the entire 3 qualifiers, these 8 names were always the, you know, the ones that stood out the most over the course of the whole 3 qualifiers.
Yeah, I think there's not much of a surprise when it comes to seeing these names appearing in the last 8. We knew that these are probably among the best. There was a little bit of work to separate the last few, but that was done earlier today, and eventually these are the cream of the crop, and as it always is, the cream rises to the top.
Talking about the top here, of course, the top champion of this whole tournament will win that big, huge prize, courtesy of Prism Plus, a 55-inch 4K smart TV. Q55 QE is the model. Only one will walk away with this. Of course, there are 6 prizes up for grabs here, so the top 6 of these 8 will go away with a prize in hand. So all they have to do is make sure they win at least one game basically, and they go away with something. May not be that much, but again, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, and we also thank them for making their way all the way here to Gamers SG to be here live with us. I think it's exciting for the community as well to have live events coming back after, you know, such a long hiatus because of the global pandemic. It's great, and if you guys are in the area, just do pop by Gamers SG. It is at Bukit Merah Swimming Complex, so just come down and join us as well. As you can see, the players are all ready to get going, as we incidentally, what they're playing on is also their Prism Plus TV, is it not?
Yeah, it is. It's actually the same model as the prize that the champion will win here, and you can see at the foreground of your screen, it is a Gaelic King and George SCP. They're just waiting for the match to start, and I think we should be able to start really soon. Gentlemen, Ashraf as well as George, if you want, you can begin your match right now. You can start it up. And while they are starting up their match, remember guys, here at the Lion City League, we try our best to give you, the community, the type of tournament that you want. Head on over to our social media pages, facebook.com/Lion City League, as well as instagram.com/Lion City League. Drop us a like, share this stream around on twitch.tv/Lion City League. Leave a comment, let us know, what kind of games you'd like in the future, what kind of tournaments you like in the future. We are of course in the tail end of season 2. Maybe season 3 might have even bigger things at hand.
Yeah, you never know what could be happening in the offing when it comes to season 3. Could be new games, and definitely also we would like to see those games that we are already having right now return as well. I think the first match is just about to happen. George SGP and Gaelic King both are pretty much ready, just finishing up with their settings, and we should be getting into the game right about now.
Let's head over now to the game itself. Turn off this music here, ladies and gentlemen. No bans, I think. It's PSG versus PSG. So, but we do know here that George is playing as a home side in the blue, and Gaelic King playing from right to left in the all-white attire.
PSG versus PSG is not a surprise, especially when it comes to the litany of stars that are on display. One of them is obviously here, Kylian Mbappe testing the keeper early. Donnarumma though keeps his team in it, just keeping that shot from Kylian Mbappe. What a through pass here to Kylian Mbappe on the other side. This time it is no mistake. The 5th minute and Kylian Mbappe scores the goal. Believe it is for George SGP there, 1-0 to his version of a PSG. Still plenty of time in it, not even 10 minutes have elapsed. Another through ball, that seems to be a signature of George SGP's gameplay. Dangerous, incisive through balls. Does he try it again? Will lightning strike twice? This time he decides to go for something different, utilizing the wings instead. Messi, no look pass, just sends possession as well towards Nuno Mendes on the side of Gaelic. Gaelic King had the first sniff of an opportunity this time. Simple as you like, makes it 1-all. All square now. Kylian Mbappe on the score sheet for both sides. Quarter of an hour has elapsed. 2 goals so far, both scored by the respective versions of Kylian Mbappe. Oh, this could be a very costly mistake. Mbappe! No mistake from Mbappe himself in the 17th minute, sending it past Gianluigi Donnarumma. 2-1. He has come back from losing that early goal. Gaelic King 2-1 up against George SGP.
That's a huge start here in the first 20 minutes. Well, I was doing a lot of the editing here, but already 2-1 to the good here, Gaelic King, but we might have a comeback from George SVP. Remember, this is George SVP did finish first in the entire leaderboards. Basically, the top player coming after the qualifiers, but here's a goal down to Gaelic King, who did win the first 2 qualifiers totally outright, 10 points each. He was the master of the first 2 qualifiers, but he did not attend that 3rd qualifier, and that's why his place got shafted up all the way to 8th place. But he's showing why he's so good on the ball, and again Gaelic King scores another goal. He is 3-1 to his favor.
On the magical left boot of Lionel Messi, you would want no other when it comes to planting it past the goalkeeper from the left boot, the Argentinian magician. But this is an opportunity now for George SGP. And what a sidestep indeed there. Neymar just twinkled towards his way past the goalkeeper, slotting it in. 2-3. This is a close affair indeed.
You know, I think this could really be one of the games of the whole tournament here. 2 goals to 3, 5 goals within, and we're not even half an hour into the game, and it's already 5 goals up. Again, remember, Gaelic King, you know, totally beat everybody in the first 2 qualifiers. George, however, is in the top of the leaderboards, having participated in all 3. Long through ball forward, trying to find Kylian Mbappe. Can't do much against 2 defenders. And again, kind of shows the strength of Paris Saint-Germain here. I do believe both of these 2 players did not utilize any bans here. They are, of course, allowed 3 bans. The home team is allowed 3 bans, but I don't think the players are actually utilizing it, and that's why we're seeing a bigger matchup here, PSG versus PSG. And again, it shows in the strength from goalkeeping department all the way to the striker, just class throughout.
It is all of that Qatari money that's being pumped in through the veins of the Parisians, and the whole team has benefited from it. Yes, the goalkeeping department all the way up to that fearsome trident up top. You know, it couldn't have happened without money, but they did spend it relatively wisely, I would say. You know, no better front three in world football at the moment, I think, than maybe Messi, Neymar and Kylian Mbappe. Arguably, maybe Liverpool's, but I still think that the Parisians' front three does shade it.
Well, here's a shot from the owner of PSG, Kylian Mbappe, of course, practically the chairman of the club, with his new contract allowing him to even choose what players and the manager that PSG will have. So he's practically the CEO of Paris Saint-Germain at the moment here, but in game right now, you know, for George version of Kylian Mbappe at least, he's all alone up front against two defenders who are man marking really tightly, nothing getting past there. Same goes with Mbappe for Gaelic King in the all white attire. Maybe, you know, a solo striker formation, you know, getting difficult to break down the defenses now, since that both the players have settled down and, you know, started to shore up the defense. 5 goals in the first 30 minutes and none thereafter.
Yeah, mirror matchups are always going to be difficult because they basically neutralize each other. It's two of the same teams. A little bit of tweaks from both sides maybe can make slight differences, but ultimately the personnel not very much there, and it shows on the scoreline, just 1 goal being the difference at the break.
You can see at the top right of the screen that the crowd, the camera, the players closest to us is the Gaelic King with the black mask, George SGP right beside him in the blue mask there. So you're wondering how these players look like. Well, now with the crowd cam, the player cams, we are able to see for the first time in the Lion City League the players themselves. Of course, we are playing right here in gamers.sg at the fantastic clubhouse at Bukit Merah Central. Open invitation, guys. If you have nothing to do and you want to come down here, you are free to welcome. It is open, you know, post-COVID. You know, we'd love to have you guys in person here. Come and say hi to all of us, the freebie cats, as well as all the players in the Lion City League. Tomorrow as well, remember, for Pokemon Unite. And if you liked Pokemon Unite, you like that game and you want to watch practically the best teams in the region, not just in Singapore but in the region, come on down tomorrow here, gamers.sg at Bukit Merah Central. Back to the game here, however, second half of this first leg between George and Gaelic King, who has the slim 1-goal advantage. And again, after a flurry of 5 goals in the first 30 minutes of the game, Muiz, we've had none thereafter, and I think both of these two teams have definitely settled down in terms of defensive actions.
George definitely had an opportunity there when he just got the ball past Donnarumma, but we could hear him live here with a bit of a sigh of frustration and exasperation because he just couldn't convert. Could have brought it back to 3-3, but still it stays at 2-3. George is still chasing the game. What a miss there, just hits the upright, with the goal just begging to be penetrated. Unfortunately, does not happen.
Counter attack now down the middle for George. Can he equalize? Oh no, that sort of pass. Really close, however, really tense. Practically, in my opinion, these two players here are the best in the region. Again, Gaelic King, the only reason why he was in 8th place because he did not attend the 3rd qualifier and didn't get any points. But in the first 2 qualifiers, totally, you know, routed the entire competition, basically. Full marks to him in the first 2 qualifiers. George, on the other hand, definitely an up-and-coming player, but also top of the leaderboards in the LCL Championship leaderboards. He is one of the best players in Singapore as well here. So we are looking at the Goliath versus Goliath match, but at the moment here, it's Gaelic King with just 1 goal just in his favor. Let's see if George can get the equalizer, but there's plenty of defending that he needs to do at this moment.
Indeed, he has to defend, but defend well he does, getting the ball away there. One of the most important things that I think we wanted to highlight with the LCL, and especially the fact that this is a live event, is that we wanted to really let you have a look at the faces of these players so that they get their moments of glory as well, because I think these players, most of the time in Singapore especially, not many people know who these people are. The names, maybe you recognize them, but now you get to see the faces. What a move there, the flip-flop, but Donnarumma matches it with a fantastic fingertip save.
Still 3-2 in advantage of Gaelic in the corner coming in. Kylian Mbappe getting ahead of his marker there. Not Mbappe, I mean Presnel Kimpembe getting ahead of Kylian Mbappe to get a header, but it goes over the bar out into safety. Still another 20 minutes to go between in this matchup between George and Gaelic King. But George has an opening on the left side. I heard the cross coming driven down low. Well cut out by the defender of Gaelic King as he plays the ball out of danger and into a counter-attack of his own on the right flank.
Gaelic King so far has had the better of the opportunities in this second half, but he has not been able to extend his lead.
Oh, Gaelic.
He is Gaelicing indeed. His dribbling is wondrous, getting past the defense. But let's not take anything away from George SGP there. His defense is stoic and strong, just closing the gates whenever the attackers from Gaelic King's side make it forward. Trying to go for the long ball has paid off for him before. Not this time though.
Smart move there by Gaelic King, hitting the ball back to the safe gloves of his goalkeeper. Accuracy ratings for both of these two players. George has more passes, but Gaelic King is just slightly more accurate with his passing rate there, 88% to 85% accuracy in favor of Gaelic King. And the scoreline is definitely in favor of him as well, 3-2. But again, George is just knocking on the door here. He's getting closer and closer to the goal. Can he score an equalizer goal? He is on the left flank here. George, a cross coming in, cut out by Marquinhos of Gaelic King in the white attire. There's still a bit of time left. Gaelic King will need to make sure the ball doesn't end up in his box. Again, Neymar on the left side for Gaelic King. Can he get past Ashraf Hakimi? Decide to cut it back instead. But that's a great cut out by Lionel Messi. What a bodily challenge there that is by Gaelic King's defender, and he regains possession yet again. Time is running out. Again, remember the format of this matchup here is we're going to hold 2 legs, and the best aggregate score will win the whole matchup. But if there's a draw in the aggregate score after 2 games, a third golden goal match will be played. Oh, what another great save from George's goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. Can he launch a counter-attack to score the equalizer goal? 3-2 right now. He pushes forward with Kylian Mbappe with space down in the middle. Kylian Mbappe might go all on his lonesome here. He goes for the side shimmy, but still nobody inside the box. And in fact, he's being hounded by his own teammate who's not running into the proper positions. That could be a wasted opportunity for George SGP.
Once again, George creates the opportunity but just could not make it count. That has been telling so far. That is perhaps the difference. Gaelic King has been absolutely lethal with his opportunities. There may not have been many, but then again, he has also squandered a few. Will they come to bite him back in the rear? This one is another opportunity. He takes the shot on the rebound. Gianluigi Donnarumma on the side of George SGP just does not want to concede anymore. He refuses, absolutely refuses to be beaten once again.
Not enough time, but of course we are only in the first leg. There are 2 legs to be played, so there's still another match here for for George SCP to get the comeback victory, but he must score at least 1 goal more than Gaelic King in order to stay up here in the winners bracket. It seems that both of the players are actually just going to use the exact same lineup, exact same starting lineup, exact same tactics. Okay, maybe a slight change in tactics, but yeah, I think they're just going to go at it again.
Yeah, and that's the measure of their confidence in their abilities. Nothing much that needs to be changed. I mean, taking a look at the scoreline, there's nothing really much to basically split the two. It's just by the merest of margins, just 1 goal in it. Could have been so very different in terms of the scoreline. Could have been anything from a draw to a complete flip of the results, depending on who decided to go and put the ball into the goal a little bit more clinically.
There you have it on the screen right now. Is from left is actually Gaelic King on the left with the black mask, George SCP with the blue mask sitting beside me, and in the background you can actually see Prime Mensa up against Cheese Kimbap in the off-stream matches here. But let's head over to the match at hand. Remember, George SGP versus Gaelic King at the moment, 3-2 in favor of Gaelic King, who is playing in the white attire. George SCP in the blue attire from left to right.
Seems like really nothing much that has changed. The attire still stayed the same as well. They've just decided, let's gonna just finish this up quickly to settle this tie between the two of us. George and Gaelic, G versus G. Let's see who ends up with the GG at the end of this matchup. Right now it seems squarely in favor of Gaelic King because he is up wide that one goal, but another opportunity here for George. He sidesteps, and that sidestep just gave him enough of an angle for Neymar Jr. to bury it in. 9 minutes in, and he has brought it absolutely level. 3-all on aggregate. It is absolutely game on.
That's right here, and that's a great start for George SGP. Again, George is playing in the blue kit. You can see in the scoreboard there, George in the blue, Gaelic King in the white attire. Such a closely fought match here, but that's a fantastic start by George SGP. He needed to score that one goal and get it early on. You know, it will be a huge boost, you know, in his morale and in his favor, of course. Let's see if we can extend it to 4 goals to 3. You know, in the first 2 qualifiers that Gaelic King was participated in, and not just participated but outright defeated everybody that stood in his way, and pretty easily at that. We've seen him beat, like, you know, top ranked players like 10-2, 5-1, you know, and very handy just sorted them away. A little bit of a difficulty by Gaelic King here against George, but just as I said, he scores a goal right as I was dissing him in his face here. But what a wonderful response that is by Gaelic King, showing why we can never ever, you know, push him away, and he's just showing why he deserves to be in this competition.
If nothing else, it just shows exactly how inspirational Evil Swords are. Just as you wax, well, not lyrical, but you're just putting someone down, they just answer it straight to your face. You just inspire them to be the best version of themselves.
Oh, what a response by George, however, brings it back to 4-4. This is literally one of the closest games that we've had, and this is the first game here in the Lion City League Championship. There's so many much more matches to go, and I think, you know, on our broadcast schedule we've got like 13-14 matches to go here, so this is a fantastic start to the championship stage. Double elimination format, of course, so even if either one of these guys lose here, it's not game over. They still have the elimination bracket to go through. It's not game over, but of course nobody wants to be in the elimination bracket. Then you're on your last chance. Here comes Gaelic King down the middle. It's a foot race between him and Gianluigi Donnarumma, and again George's goalkeeper pretty on form, I'll say, over the course of these 2 matches.
Yeah, he has been keeping his team in it with a litany of great saves so far, just one after another, and that is keeping them level right now in the game. Fantastic work by the Italian goalkeeper. Right now, I think this is really the best way that we can possibly start off a competition and a tournament. What a move there by Kylian Mbappe. Ultimately, the goalkeeper collects it though. Still 4-all George and Gaelic as we start to trickle into the end of the first half an hour in this second leg. Ball given away. Gaelic King spots a man available on this left side. Ashraf Hakimi. Wijnaldum. Oh, not able to get past the stoic defense there. Just shuts stuff down. George now pouring forward with his reinforcements. In midfield, ball given away. The pace of Kylian Mbappe versus Kimpembe. It is Mbappe comes out on top this time. 5-4 in favor of Gaelic King. That was a foot race that President Kimpembe definitely did not back himself for. Well, most people wouldn't. This is another opportunity. Mbappe, the goalkeeper, was moved, but moved in the wrong direction. He was. Mbappe with a quick fire brace. 6-4. Gaelic King starting to widen that gap. Gaelic King showing why he was such a force in the first 2 qualifiers. Mind you, George SGP, no pushover himself, but being pushed over at the moment he is by Gaelic King. It's not over till it's over though. There's still the second half. But right now, firmly in control and in possession is Gaelic King. Sends it across. Hakimi not able to collect it. He does, and now does he send it across? Neymar all the way back to defend.
Oh, yeah, here comes the throw-in right now, but George, you know, he did well in the opening stages of the match, but late in the first half here, the quick-fire double conceded by George SGP, and now he's 2 goals down here. Gaelic King did win the first match, and he's on course to winning the second one here, unless George can craft out a strong enough reply. Here he's on the right side with Neymar up against Fesnel Kimpembe. Messi now assists Neymar on that right flank. Gini Wijnaldum is not able to get past his mirror image. Messi now moves forward for Gaelic King down the middle, but not much in terms of support. Chooses to go down the middle as well. Ashraf Hakimi, you know, great defensive work by George, but even better offensive work by Gaelic King. 6 goals to 4 is the current scoreline after a match and a half. This could go all the way, but if Gaelic King is able to just continue to shore up his defense, he will go into the second round of the winners bracket, knocking George SGP down to the elimination bracket.
I don't know whether I would hang my hat on either one of these players just yet. Both of them are plenty capable of turning the tide in an absolute instant. This is George SGP on the left boot. Oh, no. Messi there. Just bodied off the ball. Gaelic King trying to turn this into an opportunity quickly. This is Mbappe once more. The speed of the Frenchman just getting past the defense. But enough backup arrives in time.
Messi!
Messi on the left boot. You could almost put your mortgage on it, but this time the Argentinian does not find the back of the net.
Well, George really has to thank his goalkeeper there countless times. Time over time and time again. Gianluigi Donnarumma there making the saves for George SGP, really putting in a great shift there, the Italian goalkeeper for George. Even though he has already conceded 6, but you know, if not for the heroics, it would have been a double-digit scoreline, I believe here. Here comes George on the ball in the all-blue attire with Idrissa Gana Gueye. Not able to get even the pass forward, well blocked out by Gaelic King's midfield play. And he has the ball right now, just scuttles past the on-rushing Fesnel Kimpembe, there, Lionel Messi, and leaving him for dust. Oh, but he left the ball in the dust as well. Unfortunately, that control, a little bit of a control issue just at the wrong moment for Gaelic King. But George, as we now, there's space on the right-hand side for Lionel Messi to attack, and the cross coming in. Kylian Mbappe with a shot. Kylian Mbappe with the miss. That could have been a 5th goal for George SCB, but not with that kind of shooting, I'm afraid. Gaelic King must be breathing a sigh of relief.
I know it's on his left foot, and that ostensibly is his weaker side, but that was just an absolute gaping opportunity. Really, he should have at least hit the target, but this time, once again, Georgia's keeper there, Gianluigi Donnarumma, absolute heroics, whether he ends up in the winning side or not. I think the player of this matchup so far, while many would definitely plump for Kylian Mbappe, I think I would go for the Italian goalkeeper on the side of George SGP, because he has really done the business. He's really kept his team in it. Even if they do end up losing, he's made the score a little bit more respectable. Once again, the fingertip. But this time, it's not down to Donnarumma's fault, of course. He did everything he could, but Di Maria following up there just manages to clean it up. Georgia's defense not quite as good as his goalkeeper.
Fesnel Kimpembe must have thought that he did the goal line saving clearance, but Angel Di Maria just charged Kimpembe down, blocked the path of the ball, and he bounced right into the gaping goal mouth there. Gaelic King 7, George SGP 4 is the total aggregate scoreline at this moment here. Of course, it's not unheard of for a player to score 3 goals in 20 minutes. We just in fact saw that at the start of the first leg. So it definitely might happen. But Gaelic King is just destroying the defenses of George at the moment here. And on the ball is Lionel Messi earning himself the corner kick on that left flank. 7-4 is the scoreline here, but Gaelic King has advantage of the possession of the ball. The header goes pretty much nowhere other than hitting a defender on the way out of the box. And here comes George SGP. Maybe he can craft the counter-attack in this movement here.
So many defenders though between George and the goal. Messi finding support. This is wide open here for Di Maria. Di Maria could not finish it in the end, and that I think is going to be very costly because the time is definitely running down. We're into the last quarter of an hour and the gap still stands at 3 in favor of Gaelic King over George SGP. George SGP though not just rolling over quite yet, still trying to his best to push forward, but dispossessed now. Gaelic King, all he has to do is hold on to possession for the next 15 minutes.
And that's his basically his strength, isn't it? His forte, Gaelic King, just trying to hold on to the ball. He can Gaelic his way all the way into the goal line, and he's in fact trying to do that right now. He has a safety to do that with a 3-goal margin at the moment in his favor. And you know, time is running out for George. Maybe he can carve out a goal or even 2, but 3 in 10 minutes, oh, there's going to be a tough ask, especially when the defense of Gaelic King is so outstanding as it is here. And I don't think other than the first early goal he has conceded in that early in the first half of this match, it's practically, after like 70 minutes, Gaelic King has not conceded any goals whatsoever here. 7-4 the scoreline of this matchup, and while there's still a bit of time to go, we might have another one for Gaelic King. Can't make it lucky 8, or maybe can he? Not quite so much. He couldn't capitalize on that very weak throw by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Here comes Lionel Messi, however, not able to collect the ball. He needs a ball on his left foot to generate as much power as possible. His weak foot rating isn't all that great, and not much of an opportunity there for Gaelic King. Here is one for George SCP, but again, the final pass, not quite telling there at the moment for George. He just can't break down the defenses of Gaelic King, and no matter how hard he tries. Time is definitely running out for George. He stands to be knocked down to the elimination bracket of the LCL championships. Again, it's not game over if any player goes down to the elimination bracket, but if you do so, that's your last chance. Lose again and you're out of the running.
Speaking of the elimination bracket, looks like George will find a place there as we trickle into added time, and even the added time, but once again the goalkeeper there performing heroics. George's goalkeeper, knight that man. He is a Sir Donnarumma, most definitely. And there we have it. That is the final score.
7-4 in favor of Gaelic King. George SGP will get knocked down to the elimination bracket here. And well, again, like we mentioned, it's not game over, definitely not, but that's not the place that you want to be. Taking a look at the crowd cam here, you can see in the foreground Gaelic King right there, just waiting basically for his next target. But that's the end here. It is 7-4 in favor of Gaelic King. Gentlemen, if you want, you can head over to the admin to report your scores while we set up the next match. And of course, you can see in the background there in the all white attire, it's Fireman. He's stuck in his match against Cheese Kimbap in the off-stream match. Let's take a look at the brackets. We are coming into it really quite soon, in just a few moments time. And yeah, there we have it, I think. Yes, let's take a look at the brackets right now. We're still waiting, of course, for the results of the other matches, but we have one result here already. Gaelic King qualifies to the winners bracket semi-finals, where George SGP gets knocked down to the elimination bracket round 1, and he's waiting for his opponents. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, up next we will have either the matchup between FC Laika and Kafaro, or we might have an all-BKFC matchup. Is Gen U versus Pain. We'll see in just a few moments time. Of course, remember, huge prizes are at stake today here. Huge prizes are at stake. Of course, the biggest one there, the Prism Plus 4K 55-inch smart TV. And you have some cash prizes right behind, but I must say it is pretty minuscule compared to the grand prize there. Only one winner, one champion will go with this TV. And let us in the comments who you're supporting here. Again, one last look at the brackets before we go for a short break. Once we come back from the break, we'll have another match in the winners bracket round 1. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back soon.